Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna if you are new, and today is going to be an updated iOS 14 version of what's on my iPhone and also a Apple Watch 6 update. So before we get into it, make sure that you do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below for new videos every single week. Okay, so as I'm filming, today is Monday, October 12th, and as you guys may or may not know, tomorrow is Apple's event where they're expected to announce and launch the new iPhone. So this might be my last video with my iPhone. This is the iPhone 11 Pro Max in the color gold, but of course I have a case on it. And so I did just buy the Apple Watch 6. Guys, this year I have spent a lot of money on Apple products, but it's been well worth it. I've got the new MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro, Apple Watch 6, and so stay tuned if you like Apple videos, unboxings, all of that stuff. I'm probably going to order this new iPhone. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So let's just get straight into it. This is my iPhone, like I said, iPhone 11 Pro Max Gold in 64 gigabytes of storage. So before I show you guys my home screen, this is not going to be one of those extravagant widgets and customization types of things. Honestly, I am really going for simplicity and just ease of access for the things that I need to do. So if you're looking for a video about all of the cool widgets and widgetsmith customization, this might not be the video for you. Okay, so the first thing is my background is just an image I found from Pinterest of sunflowers. I usually find my iPhone images on Pinterest and I kind of usually just go for something pretty chill, flowers, marbles, stuff like that. And at the bottom on my main dock, the things that I use the most every single day, I have my messages, Spotify. Yes, I use Spotify and not Apple Music. It's the superior music streaming app. Then I have Safari and Apple Podcasts. I do listen to music and podcasts every single day. Safari, I actually did try to switch to Google Chrome for a while, but I'm going back to Safari, so those are the four main ones on my screen. My first page is actually blank. I just want the background there, and then when I swipe over are my main pages. So the way that I set up this is all of the things that I use every single day. So the cool thing about this new update is that you can erase things from your home screen but not from your phone. So I'll show you guys my app library at the end, but this is my only page of apps. Like I said, I'm going for simplicity and I just like things to just be plain, not too cluttered. So the first thing I have here is the Apple Calendar widget. I can see an overview of the entire month and also any important dates or holidays on the side, bills, reminders, all that stuff. The other widgets I have are my Apple Activity. I wear my watch every single day, so I can quickly see where I'm at with my goals, my exercise minutes, and my ring closing. Underneath that is just the widget for the weather app. I like to check the weather first thing when I wake up if I'm about to go outside. Because I live in Texas, you don't know if it's going to be 100 degrees or 50 degrees or rainy or what the situation is going to be. So I can just quickly, I accidentally clicked on Spotify. I can quickly see my weather there, and next to that is my batteries app, and so I have my cell phone, my Apple Watch, and then my Powerbeats Pro, my headphones, that I can easily see where my batteries are at. So other than that, there's not much on this home screen. So I made a folder called Daily that has the apps that I absolutely use every single day. So in here, the first thing is my banking app, which is my Chase app. Every single day, multiple times a day, I'm checking my bank account just to make sure that everything looks good, checking how much money I have after the weekend on Monday when all of my pending charges hit. So Chase, next is Gmail. I check my email every single day. I have the Apple Maps app, and then YouTube Studio is what I use to look at my analytics, check on videos, and do stuff for my channel. Next are notes. I use notes every single day for grocery lists, to-do lists. I keep my passwords, just all kinds of ideas, video ideas, and so I definitely do get on my notes app every single day. Next is my gym, LA Fitness, and then the next one is Nike Run Club, and so I do use Nike Run Club to go on runs. I've recently gotten into long distance running, and so that app pretty much just gives me like a tracker for my runs. I can see my progress. I also can do guided runs where there's a coach that helps me along the races. Next are Apple and then Google Photos. So I back up everything to Google Photos and delete them from my phone. I only have 64 gigabytes of storage, and for the last couple of years that has been working because I don't keep any videos or photos on my phone. So after I back them up from my regular Photos app, I just delete them and they're all stored in Google Photos. I think when I upgrade, I'm definitely going to get more storage because without any photos, just straight apps, 64 gigabytes is not enough. Most of my storage is used by Spotify, but anyways, yeah, photo apps, and then the YouTube app and just the phone app to call people. So these are things that I use every single day. I kind of went through all my apps and picked out the ones that I use every single day. Outside of the folder, I just have my clock to set different alarms, camera app, and then settings. So that is my entire home page. I wanted it to be very simple, and it honestly really helps me just to have that folder there of all my daily apps. And before, if you guys watch my old What's on My iPhone video, I had like 10 different folders categorized by finance, social media, health and fitness, and just threw all of my apps in there. With this new update, what I did is all the apps that are not things that I use every single day, I deleted them from the home screen and just put them in the app library. So this new update, you can store apps in the app library and not have them on your home screen. And so the app library automatically categorizes them based on, you have suggestions, recently added, social, utilities, entertainment. They automatically do that, or you can just type into the search bar and they have them listed alphabetically and you can just scroll or search for whatever app that you need. So I'm not going to go through all the apps I have on my phone, but basically what I've been doing is if I do need to access an app that's not on my daily page, I will just pull up my app library and quickly search what I'm looking for. If you guys notice, there is no social media besides YouTube on my home screen. I am really trying to be mindful of how much time I spend on there because I found it to be a bit unhealthy for my mental health, spending too much time on social media. So all of my social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is just in my app library because if it's not on my home screen and there's a few more steps to get to it, I'm most likely not going to be on them as much. Sometimes I also just delete them from my phone entirely just to take some breaks. But yeah, so this is my app library. I have, the basic stuff on here, like some of the widgets like the weather app and my fitness app. Since I have the widgets, I just moved the actual app to the app library. So these are all my apps. That's pretty much it for what's on my iPhone. If you are just more into basic and simple, I think you should just identify maybe like 10 apps that you use every single day, put those in a folder and get the different types of widgets that you like. And so there are different options and sizes for widgets. So if you hold down your home screen and click that plus sign in the top left corner, you can go through and see all the different widgets. And so there is one for Apple Maps, for podcasts. You can have one for your notes that gives you a preview. And so there are a couple of different things to play around with. There is one for Siri suggestions, and different apps that you have may have widgets. But for me, I just wanted to keep it simple. One thing that I love about this new update is not only the widgets, but in your messages, you can pin messages to the top. So I have like my family group message and some of my close friend group messages pinned to the top. But yeah, I do love this update. I do love this update. And also if you ever want to change your apps, if you just hold down the app, you can either click edit home screen to move it around, or if you hold it down and click remove app, you can remove it from your home screen or delete that. So yeah, that is what is on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. I quickly wanted to just talk about my update on this watch. So I think it's been at this point 2, maybe 3 weeks now since I got my Apple Watch Series 6. I upgraded from an Apple Watch 3, so it kind of was a huge jump for me. And some of the things that I really like are, first of all, the always on display. I actually do enjoy that, and so you don't have to do that weird like Apple Watch flip thing. Basically, if you're not like looking at it, it dims the display, and then once you actually are looking at it, it just brightens up and everything appears. So that's super useful, especially for when I'm on runs. I used to have to really just like, if you're running and just have to completely flip your wrist to check it, now I can kind of just gently turn it and the screen is already on. I also love that there are less bezels, so like the black parts on the outside, because I did have the Apple Watch 3. So the 4 and the 5 honestly aren't that much different from this design, but for me upgrading from a 3, it definitely was a huge jump. I also ordered from Amazon a dupe for Apple's new Solo Band. So once Apple came out with this watch, the Apple Watch SE, they released a stretchy silicone band that has no like hooks or anything on it. You just completely wrap it all the way around. Their band was like $50, and I'm sorry, but I'm not paying $50 for an Apple Watch band. So on Amazon, and I'll link this down below, I found a dupe for that Solo Band for $20, and so I've been wearing it for about a week now. Let me take my watch off. So there's no things to fasten your watch on, so I just literally slide it off, and it's just a straight band like this. And so there's no like circles, holes, any of that stuff. It's just a straight solo loop. And so this thing is super stretchy. Let me show you guys. Ugh. And so it's super stretchy. I got a size small. My wrist is pretty small. I maybe could have got a medium, but yeah, it's based on your size. It's super stretchy for working out and also for sleeping. It's super comfortable because you don't have that like metal piece that you have to stick through the hole or do any buckles or any of that stuff. Sleep tracking I have tried a bit. It's kind of cool. It just shows me my heart rate throughout the night as I sleep. But the main reason that I like sleeping with this watch on is the alarm. And so I turn on the bedtime app and my alarm has no sound. Instead, whenever my alarm goes off, my Apple Watch just vibrates, and that's a nice like gentle way to wake up instead of a loud phone blaring in my ear. So most nights whenever I have work, I do sleep with this on. It's actually super comfortable with this type of band on. Before, when I was sleeping with the regular rainbow band that I bought with it, it wasn't the most comfortable, but this thing, I forget that my Apple Watch is even on. The last thing is battery life. So yeah, I do sleep with this on, and so usually I charge it whenever I'm taking a shower in the morning or at night. Sometimes I do both, and so I do experience really great battery life. I've never had it die on me before, and so even with sleeping with it on the entire night, I kind of charge it maybe once or twice if I have downtime, and the battery is good to go. So overall, I am very happy with this purchase, and also this Apple Watch band. I'm so glad that I did not spend the $50 for the Apple brand version. Okay, so this might be my last video with this. I believe I am going to buy the new iPhone. So I signed up for the Apple's upgrade program about 2 years ago, and so I got the iPhone XS. After a year, I got this one, and so basically the way it works is you pay for the tax on the phone, and then they break that down into 24 months or 2 years, and you pay monthly. But every year you have the option to trade this in and upgrade. So for this phone and my last phone, I really only paid for half of the phone and then was able to trade it in for the newest version. Financially, you probably do lose a bit of money, but if you're the type of person who you know you're going to want to keep upgrading, I think it's worth it instead of having to hassle to fully buy a phone and then try to sell it and then get the new phone. It's just a really easy way to trade this in to get the newest version. So I think I am going to upgrade. We'll see tomorrow at Apple's event. They're going to announce it. Of course, I'll let you guys know, so stay tuned for that. And I definitely am going to upgrade storage. 64 is just not enough for me anymore. So make sure that you guys are subscribed down below to see if I get the new iPhone 12, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.